Myles Lewis-Skelly to Manchester United. What do we think about this, United fans? As you know, we've had a quiet summer so far, signing Yuri Tielemans for 35 million and Andre Santos for 48 million pounds from Chelsea. Manchester United are still looking for a left back, as we've seen with the Lewis Hall links. I don't think that deal is going to happen because Manchester United have shown, and Ineos, should I say, have shown this summer that we will not pay over the odds. However, Manchester United are looking at a left back and we're also looking at a third midfielder. And one thing Myles Lewis-Skelly has in common with those factors is the fact that he can play left back and he can play centre midfield. Coming up the ranks, he was a midfielder for Arsenal during the youth teams. When he broke into the first team, he played as a left back, inverting because of his ability to take the ball under pressure. And also, the fact is that his ball carrying ability is just unbelievable. So him playing as a left back and inverting kind of gave him the similar role as a midfielder anyway. As you see later in the season, when Arteta chose to trust him, he played in the Champions League final. He played in the pivotal games leading up to the Premier League Championship for Arsenal. So you can see that he's able to play both roles very, very effectively. Let me know your thoughts in the comments and also smash the likes and subscribe to the channel because I'm going to be giving you everything Myles Lewis-Skelly, who the report has come from, because this is one of the major factors we have to consider when we are reporting these transfer rumours, because these can be very, very chalk and cheese, if I'm honest with you. Do you get what I'm saying? So, yeah, let's get straight into this one and no more waffling. As you can see, Myles Lewis-Skelly has been offered to Manchester United and Chelsea. Not a new link with either club, but fresh contact with both following the arrival of Bruno Guimaraes, as reported by Bobby Vincent and Tom Canton of Media. Arsenal rewarded Myles Lewis-Skelly with a deal last summer. So first of all, I'm just going to say Ben Jacobs hasn't been the most reliable this summer for Manchester United at all. He's got so many things wrong. So again, this is what we have to take into consideration when we are looking at this deal. Secondly, my whole thing is that it's been reported for so long that Manchester United are not going to pay the odds for a left back in Lewis Hall, which Lewis Hall's valuation is looking around 60 to 70 million pounds. As we've seen, Newcastle has said he's not for sale, right? They've said that a lot about Anthony Gordon. They said that about Tonali. They said about Bruno Guimaraes and they sold anyway, right? My whole thing is that if we're not willing to spend 60 to 70 million pounds on Lewis Hall, what makes you think Myles Lewis-Skelly is going to be any cheaper than 60 to 70 million pounds? Because I've seen a reported fee of 45 million. Why would Arsenal do that? They've seen the market currently of the player prices. Myles Lewis-Skelly is an England international, right? I know he didn't go to the World Cup, but he is an England international. He's played 2 seasons now at the highest level. Do you get what I'm saying? So there's no need for him to sell. No need for Arsenal to sell, sorry. He's also just signed a new deal. So I do understand that Bruno Guimaraes has come through the door, and now Myles Lewis-Skelly will be looking at maybe and say, well, maybe I can't get any minutes. Just like we've seen with Aiden Heaven, we saw the interview on Stretford Paddock. Make sure you go and check that out. His mum was just basically saying there was 5 people in line before he could get his chance, and that's why he moved to Manchester United. But my whole thing is that this deal doesn't happen for me because of the price. Because Arsenal will be in no hurry to sell Myles Lewis-Skelly for 50 million or 45 million, since that's the reported price. I guarantee you guys, if Arsenal were looking to sell this player, because he is very, very talented. When you talk about Myles Lewis-Skelly, you're talking about someone that is press resistant. You're talking about someone that's great at ball carrying. You're talking about someone that's very, very mature in terms of the way he received the ball, the way he passes the ball. Do you know what I'm saying? He's able to just give something that we are lacking in this squad in terms of ball carrying, because Mainu is a ball carrier. Don't get me wrong, but outside of him, we don't really have anyone else. I say Cunha as well is a great ball carrier, but outside of those 2 profiles, we don't have that. And Manchester United need to address this midfielder situation. Myles Lewis-Skelly in the back end of the season was playing in midfield for Arsenal, and he looked very, very good, to a point where even against PSG, he held his own. Do you know what I'm saying? I go back to one of the games in the, not the game, sorry, one of the moments in the PSG game when he was tracking back Doué, and he took him stride for stride, ended up getting the ball and then just recycled it again. Myles Lewis-Skelly is a fantastic footballer. And as you've seen already with the 2 players we've signed and how we've been playing in pre-season, the technical ceiling has just rose so much with those two signings. Myles Lewis-Skelly, if you add to that as well, the technical ceiling and the football will play will be outstanding. Do you get what I'm saying? Just because he has that level of to be able to play in any pressure moments. You can give him the ball any time and he will get on it, turn and pass it. Do you know what I'm saying? His ability to win fouls is second to none, as you see constantly, where he just gets his body in front of players and he goes down. He uses his body so well. And for me, this would be an absolutely fantastic signing. But again, it comes down to the fee. I don't see Arsenal getting rid of Myles Lewis-Skelly for anything of 70, 80 million pounds. The only thing that's kind of saving us again is if Myles Lewis-Skelly is looking at this and saying, you know what, last season my minutes were compromised. Yes, I've managed to get into the team at the back end of the season, but again, do I want to wait that long when I'm just seeing the other peers my age playing week in, week out? That might be a saving grace for Manchester United. Another thing that we have to remember is that he did sign a new deal last summer. Do you know what I'm saying? So again, that gives Arsenal a higher leverage on what they want to sell him for. I think Arsenal are probably looking for a pure profit sale, but also they have the likes of Ethan Nwaneri in their ranks. So I think Ethan Nwaneri will be someone that they would sell way before Myles Lewis-Skelly, because they have other profiles of Ethan Nwaneri like Max Dowman in the squad. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things, guys. I don't think this is happening personally, but I do think Myles Lewis-Skelly will be a high addition to the squad just in terms of his technical ability, his ability to receive the ball in pressure moments. Like I said, his press resistance, his ball carrying, all of those factors are really good in terms of what he could bring to Manchester United. But again, I just don't see it, unfortunately. He addresses two positions, left back, centre mid. So it would be an outstanding signing. But then again, why would Manchester United spend 70 to 80 million on Myles Lewis-Skelly if they wasn't prepared to do that for Lewis Hall? Unless they deem Myles Lewis-Skelly a bigger talent than Lewis Hall, I still don't see it. I don't see Ineos going out of their way and out of their budget to go and spend this money on Myles Lewis-Skelly, because for me, I know he probably wants to play in midfield. He doesn't get all of his minutes in midfield if he comes to Manchester United. His best option will probably be as a left back. Do you know what I'm saying? And obviously, Carrick likes to play one of his left backs to invert and help with the build up, and one of them up and down. Do you know what I'm saying? So he does that with Luke Shaw and Dalot's the guy, usually going up and down. So he could do the same at Manchester United. But again, I just don't see it happening because I think the fee will be too much for Manchester United. But that's my thoughts on it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure you like, you subscribe to the channel if you're new. It's your boy Matchday Shows, and I'll see you lot in the next video. Peace.